Hey, everybody, it's Sherry Demetarco here with Healing Diva. It's 8 o'clock on a Sunday night, and really happy to be here again. Tonight, we are going to talk about a bunch of different stuff. I've pulled a card for all of us that have the intention of doing a little bit of energy work tonight on this call. I have an energy update for May that I've been reading today, and there's lots of really interesting information in it. And I'm going to share a new book that I bought recently that is just filled with loads of wisdom. And I'm always researching. I'm very curious by nature, and some of my friends would say I'm kind of addicted to buying books, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Anyway, just picked up a new book, and I've just only started to read it, so I think that'll keep me pretty busy for the next year or so. So hopefully you guys have had a really terrific weekend. That was pretty crazy. Was it Friday? Yeah, it was Friday that we had this really crazy windstorm here in Ontario, where I'm located, and it was tornado force winds at times, lots of trees uprooted, lots of people with roof damage and siding getting ripped off of their houses. So it was really pretty wild. For myself personally, I was just chock-a-block with clients all day on Friday, and wow, I really think that wind was very strongly connected to a cleansing, a big cleansing, because the energy sessions that I had, and they started at noon on Friday, and they went right until the evening. And every single client that I saw, wow, the releasing, the clearing, it was something that I really have not experienced to that level. And it was, and it continued into Saturday with some really intense clearing. We've got a couple of people. We got Amanda here on the call, so it's really terrific. Glad that you're here tonight, Amanda. The way I feel energy releasing is it's right in my heart center or in the sacral chakra area of my abdomen, and it feels like this swelling, this welling up, this almost this climaxing type of a feeling. And it goes more and more and more and more and more, and then it releases. Well, that was happening dozens and dozens and dozens of times during my client sessions on Friday. But then what was crazy was that it just kept happening into Friday night. It was happening all day Saturday. So that big releasing for me always has this physical reaction where I yawn, huge yawn, and then my eyes start to stream. So there I am all day Saturday with a Kleenex, just wiping my eyes and yawning my head off, and it was crazy. It just would not stop. And I was like saying to the guys upstairs, okay, I've had enough. Like, holy cow, I need a break here because this is really intense. And I wasn't really getting any kind of feedback, any kind of response. It just kept happening. And then I was using my pendulum, and I'm like asking, is this my stuff that's clearing? And it was like, no. I was like, is this other people's stuff clearing? And I'm like, yes. And it was just clearing. Right up until like I finally fell asleep last night at about 10 o'clock. And it stopped. And I woke up this morning back to normal. Pretty A-okay. Kind of starting to feel like I want to yawn my head off again, but we're on the call, and I think there's people that have the intention of being here tonight that want some energy clearing done. So I'm sure it's just going to kind of come up again. But I thought that was just so darn interesting that happened on Friday. So can't imagine I'm the only person out there that has this feeling like there's some pretty intense clearing going on. Things are really amping up in a big way. We knew 2018 was going to be a really pivotal year. I remember saying back in 2010, 2011, everybody was pretty hot to trot about 2012, and I said, 2012, that's just kind of like we're opening the door a little bit, but there's no major stuff happening in 2012. But whoa, you wait until it's 2017, then we're really going to see some stuff happening. I had nothing at all to give me any idea of what I was talking about. It's just something I really felt in my gut. I was like really led by intuition saying that. And boy, here we are. We're into 2018 and it's pretty intense. And it's getting more intense all the time. And what I'm finding most interesting is just this acceptance for energy healing like I've never seen before, where we have people that have gone from like, ooh, woo-woo, you're crazy, no, not interested, to, that energy healing, that's interesting, tell me more. Maybe I will consider having a session. And I think that's pretty darn cool. That's a really big shift that I'm seeing this year. So we have more people. Thanks for joining in, guys. Darren, Barb, Jen. Wow, lots of you tonight. That's great. So what I found tonight, and I'm going to read for you, I posted a little something from this guy earlier today on my page. His name is Lee Harris. He's based, well, he's British born, but he now lives in California. And he's an intuitive energy healer, and he does a lot of energy healing coaching sessions for people. And he's really found a great group for himself where he's doing very, very well. And I like his energy. I like his style. I like the messages that he's bringing forward. So I thought I would read for you a condensed version of his thoughts on where we're at for May. And what we're looking at through the month of May 2018 is mental upgrades, the end of conflict, joy, creation, and synchronicity. They're all front and center for us. So we can start with the mental elevation, which is on the rise, which is terrific. So mental elevation means the place where you start to see things in a different way. And this is certainly something that I'm hearing from a lot of people, where they're finally ready to not put up with other people's crap, not continue to live the way they've always lived. They're ready now to take a stand and make changes, which is really terrific. So what Lee says about mental elevation, you may suddenly be seeing relationships, experiences, and opportunities that have been given to you in a completely different way compared to how you saw them just a few months ago. You may be having breakthroughs or revelations about what you want in life. So that intuition is really kicking in a big way where, oh yeah, I've had these thoughts, I've had these ideas, and I'm now going to actually act on them and I'm going to do something. Or I'm in a situation right now, whether it's a personal relationship or it's work or whatever, I'm not that happy with it. And I'm not really ready to put up with that anymore. And I'm ready now to make a change. So you can see May through August, May timeframe, which is now until the end of summer, is going to be a time when we are able to actualize a lot of the dreams and visions that we have. So if you've had something that has been, I don't know, kind of on your mind for a while, a dream that you've always wanted to fulfill, maybe you keep a notebook of little thoughts and jot things down occasionally. Wow, we are really in an absolutely perfect time to make all of those dreams reality. And you might be really shocked at how quickly that can happen. I've been manifesting stuff like crazy. And let me tell you, you have a thought and boom, it's there. So it's a beautiful time, very magical time that we're in right now. And that's not going to stop. That's just going to keep getting stronger and stronger, in my opinion. Okay, so we are into his thoughts on conflict energy. And the beautiful message here is that's done. Many of us who are on the path just aren't going to want to play out any more conflict energy or drama with other people in the way that we've put up with in the past. So you're putting your foot down. You guys are finding the courage now. And you're saying, look, I'm getting off this crazy train. I am not putting up with your crap anymore. And let's take that a step further. We're not talking about just personal relationships or maybe difficult work. We can take this in a really big way on a global scale. So many of us are very disillusioned with how leadership is running companies, with how government is running countries. If we are fed up, we can act as a very big tour de force as far as I'm concerned, because we all have that power. And I think we're all really starting to realize that we are very, very powerful creators. So let's take advantage of that. And now is the perfect time to do that. We're not willing to put up with the drama or the conflict anymore. The energy of conflict is slowly beginning to move out, especially for people of a certain consciousness who are wanting to practice non-judgment, non-reactivity. It will give you a lot more freedom. It will stop you having to process things with people or having discussions with other people. It's a pathway clearing space to innovate new relationships in your life. So you're not going to be wasting any more energy trying to convince people of anything. You're just done. Or you're not going to waste any more energy listening to somebody yakking at you and you don't really agree with what they say. You're going to be just totally okay going, I'm good. I don't really want to debate with you anymore. I don't want to argue with you anymore. They have their point of view. You have your point of view. And you're just going to feel more peaceful about it. So that is really terrific. I've always been that kind of a person. I've never been one to really argue a lot or debate. It's like, who has time for that? Some people just relish in it though, and it's like a dog with a bone. They just can't let go of it. But you're going to feel much more peaceful as that conflict energy moves out. And I think, like I said a few minutes ago, I think we're going to feel that conflict energy just moving out of society. So we're going to see that as a huge, huge shift in our society where things are going to become a lot more peaceful. People are going to be a lot more easygoing. Maybe we're not going to see so much drama. I hope so. It's been a really crazy 2017 with government, and we need some of that conflict and drama to just go away. It's time to go. We know it's time to go. So what else is happening for May 2018? We're going to be cultivating more joy. Love that. Who doesn't love more joy in their life? A little bit of work that needs to be done though, because some of us naturally are very joyful and always looking for what can we do to have a really terrific day, always looking very positive with life. Other people, it's actually something that's a skill you need to work on. Maybe you're very introverted, maybe you're pretty reclusive, you really kind of have decided, I don't really like people all that much, or life has really got you down and things feel kind of like it's a struggle. That's okay. This is the time that we can be clearing a lot of that lower vibe energy, and that'll leave space for you to create a little bit more joy. So let's read here what Lee has to say. We all have bad days and moments. We have periods in our lives where we're struggling. But how present are you feeling about life? How grateful are you feeling about life? Gratitude is a great place to start if you are feeling like you've been struggling a little bit. If you have not felt present or grateful for weeks or months, it's time to be practicing that for yourself. It opens up this heart center and it brings you to the present moment. So we're not ruminating in the past. We're not worrying about the future. We're just staying in the present. And obviously, you've heard me talk again and again about that. That's why we meditate, because we want to be always in the present moment. And when we're in the present moment, we're not worrying. We're not ruminating. We're just happy. We're happy with what the day brings. And we start to get a real understanding that none of this it really matters too much, and we are actually all creating our reality all the time anyway. So the more peaceful you feel inside, the more peaceful your exterior world becomes, because we are manifesting. The exterior world is a reflection of how we feel inside. So the more joyful we can feel just for being, the more joyful your world out here becomes. And meditation is actually a really big part of that. So our last area of this update for May is all about intuition and synchronicity. Intuition and synchronicity is on the rise. I think a lot of you guys would agree with that. I certainly agree with that. What is synchronicity? Synchronicity is those aha moments, those whoa, I was just thinking about that. Or, hey, I was just thinking about contacting you and now, my cell phone just rang. Or, I just had a thought about whatever it is. And maybe you see a business that's doing exactly what it was that you were thinking about. Crazy synchronicities are happening all the time right now. So you might be noticing your stories playing out around you in your life all of the time. For example, you may have thought about somebody, a few hours later you see them, or you see a photograph of them, or you see a message from them. Synchronicity is coming up for you in a big way right now. This is the perfect time to be manifesting what you are wanting. Good time to see that you can direct the way you want things to go. Recognizing I can get in the driver's seat a little bit more often and I can create whatever I want. I can create the world I want. I can create the next steps that I want. And it's beautiful. And I see that all the time in the meditation group. All of the people that I'm hanging out with, we're all starting to feel that more and more and more, where we are manifesting machines. And this is an absolutely magical time that we're in. If you can think it, if you believe it in your heart center, boom, it is right there. Whether it is a new job, whether it's a book you've been looking for, bit of information that you've been trying to find, and all of a sudden magically, boom, you find it on the web. Super easy. It's awesome. So that for me is kind of what we're looking at. We're looking at mental upgrades, the end of conflict, joy creation, and synchronicity, all for us this month. Really fabulous time. And it's just going to keep getting better and better all the way through the summertime. So that's really fantastic. So last week, when we all got together on this call, now where did I put it? We pulled a card. And I have my Osho, oh God, there we go. And hopefully you can see that from the glare of my of my light here, so it's not too dark in the room. So this is my Osho Zen Tarot book and card deck. Got this from my good friend Angela Donnelly, who was kind enough to let me have it. It's fabulous. I just love this deck so much. So I pulled a card for the group, everybody that has the intention of being here tonight. And here's our card. Let's see if we can get a good shot of it. Sorry, still trying to get used to where I should put stuff. Okay, there we go. Hopefully you guys can see it without glare. Okay, this is the Fool. It's part of the Major Arcana series. It is number 0, very first card in the Major Arcana series for this deck, the Fool. So I'll read what the Fool is all about. Moment to moment and with every step, the Fool leaves the past behind. He carries nothing more than its purity, innocence, and trust, symbolized by the white rose in his hand. The pattern on his waistcoat contains the colors of all 4 elements of the tarot, indicating that he's in harmony with all that surrounds him. His intuition is functioning at its peak, and at this moment, the Fool has the support of the universe to make this jump into the unknown. Adventures await him in the river of life. This card indicates that if you trust your intuition right now, your feeling of the rightness of things, you can't go wrong. Your actions may appear foolish to others or even to yourself if you try to analyze them with the rational mind. But the 0 place occupied by the Fool is the numberless number where trust and innocence are the guides, not skepticism and past experience. That is so fantastic. That's like the perfect card for me. That's the perfect card for us. Be playful. The Fool is all about pure innocence and wonderment and curiosity for life. Be the Fool. Embrace the Fool. Too often, how many times have you really wanted to do something, but then you talk yourself out of it with your mind? Oh my God, I can't possibly do that. I won't make any money doing that. What will people think? People will think I'm crazy. You know what? Listen to your heart. If it feels good in here, you do it. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. As far as I'm concerned, we need a whole lot more of us to be a little bit like the Fool. Just embrace your uniqueness, embrace your crazy ideas, embrace what you truly want to do. And who gives a crap what anybody else thinks? I bet you donuts to dollars, 99% of the population has all of these crazy ideas and dreams too. They're just scared. They're scared of judgment. So many of us are scared of judgment. I used to be scared of judgment. Now I really don't give a crap what anybody thinks, and I'm a lot happier for it. So embrace the fool. It's such a great card. Okay, last thing that I'm going to show you guys, and again, sorry for the glare. Okay, try to get it in there. Okay, here's my new book. It's like a big energy Bible. Look at how thick that sucker is. It's fabulous. So this book is by Cindy Dale, and it's called The Subtle Body. And this is like energy healer's Bible as far as I'm concerned. There's like everything you ever wanted to know from every religion, every organization based on the energy system. All of the chakras, all of the different layers of the energy body. It's just loaded with information. I could probably study this book, excuse me, I could probably study this book for the rest of my life and never learn everything that's in this book. So really fantastic book. If you're looking for something new for your library, The Subtle Body by Cindy Dale, highly recommend it. Got it on Amazon. Who doesn't love Amazon? Okay, so got a few more people on the line. That's fabulous. Thanks for joining in, guys. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do some energy healing. And the technique that we're going to use tonight is two-point technique. I've used that before on these calls, and it's really effective. Two-point is where you make a connection on your physical body, wherever. Doesn't matter where you put your hand. You can put your hand on your leg. You can put your hand on your chest. I have a tickle in my throat, so I might try to clear that. I'm going to drink some tea first. Okay, so two-point is an energy healing technique out of the, I'm trying to think of the culture. So it's like thousands of years old, but it's out of the Polynesian culture. That's where it is. It's out of the Polynesian culture. Been around for a long, long time. It goes by a lot of different names. Matrix energy healing is probably one that is probably most widely known because it's been very commercialized, but really it's just two-point healing. That's all it is. And a very, very simple technique to use and learn. And all you do, make a connection, put one hand on your chest or wherever you feel comfortable. And then your other hand, you are reaching out metaphorically into the quantum field. So this helps you to make a connection to that quantum field when you put your hand out there and you kind of start feeling around for something. And what you're feeling for is a shift. My throat just feels so dry all of a sudden. It's just ridiculous. Either somebody on this call is really dealing with a throat issue, or we've just got a throat chakra issue that we need to clear, where we're having trouble speaking our truth or something, because all of a sudden it's like, that's okay. We can get rid of that, hopefully. Otherwise, you're going to have to put up with me coughing through the rest of this call. Okay. And my God, look at how the time's flying. We might not even meditate tonight. Maybe we're just doing some two-point clearing. Anyway. Okay, so any of you guys that are interested in kind of learning this, what you want to do, close your eyes and imagine that vertical line running from your crown chakra right down to your root chakra, that vertical line, asking for it to align. And what you want to do is you want to try to drop your consciousness down out of your head into your heart. So we are feeling and thinking through our heart. And we're just bringing our awareness down into our heart chakra. And we're going to start with some emotional clearing. And for the group right now, I'm going to ask for any emotional stuff for this group that they would like cleared. And it could be something that you're thinking about, something that's on your mind, something that making you angry or sad or frustrated or whatever. And we're just going to clear all of that stuff. So now I'm just feeling outwards. And I'm feeling for where I feel points that cause me to have that sensation of like a crescendo of welling up in my chest. When I hit one of those points and I feel like I've got a firm grip on it, I ask for it to dissolve, and then I feel that big release of a yawn. That's how it works for me. This is quantum healing. This is going back to point of creation. This is going to where the molecules of matter start to connect together. And as they connect into a denser form, they become physical. So what we're doing here is we are connecting far back in the process of recreating your reality. Some of you I've communicated with earlier today, you're dealing with physical issues. Just going to see if I can reach into any of that. Okay, so that's some emotional stuff. 2-point clearing is really fantastic as well for clearing or breaking up patterns. When you have those recurring patterns that are always happening in your life, ancestral conflicts or ancestral issues, family tree issues, you can ask, is this issue related to ancestral? And maybe you'll get a yes, and then you feel into the quantum field and you ask for it to clear. And other things that it'll be really fantastic for is when you feel like maybe you have a block for healing. You can reach into the quantum field and you can say, is there a conflict? And there is. Holy smokes, there is for somebody. Is there a conflict or is there a block that's getting in the way of healing? And that is huge. That's really big, and I feel like there's a lot more there. That's the kind of energy healing housework that I do for myself nightly. I will go in doing a quick 2-point, and I will feel into that quantum field for just stuff for emotional stuff, clearing. I feel a little grumpy tonight. Can we just clear that? I feel like my stomach is sore. Can we clear that? Other stuff that I regularly clear. Oh, another really terrific thing that we can do with 2-point, and I'm going to do that right now for everybody. All the stuff that we've cleared and all of the stuff that we'll continue to clear, because I feel like there's so much stuff. It's more and more popping up all the time. Asking for an overlay from your higher selves, your soul, an overlay to filter down and integrate into you with new information that you need. Because what we've done, even with this teeny tiny little bit of healing, is that we've now changed your reality. We've given you an upgrade. Even just a small little upgrade, it's still an upgrade. So now we're asking for information to come down from your soul and integrate into you with that new information that you need moving forward. And I'm also asking for integration of your new future self that will carry you through for the rest of the night and into tomorrow and the rest of the week. These are simple things that you can just ask for every day. Ask for an integration of new information from your soul group, stuff that will be useful for you, and ask for an integration of your new future self. And boy, that alone, if that was all you did, holy smokes, it'll just do so much for you. But then again, don't forget, always be asking for cutting the cords and clearing of any energetic crap that you've picked up through the day, or cords, attachments from people that you've been integrating or in contact with through the day, either physically or maybe people are thinking about you or whatever. Always be asking for your team, your team of the highest light, and that's your those are your ascended masters, those are the angels that are assigned to you, those are your spiritual guides, and spiritual guides tend to often be people that have had human experience and now they've passed over to the other dimension, and they're now on your team guiding you. Always be asking that group and contacting them and communicating with them, asking for their help for any of this energetic clearing or any information that would be useful, because they will help you in ways that they are able to, and it will be signs, it'll be thoughts, it'll be interactions with people that all of a sudden they maybe have some information to give you. I've certainly experienced that myself, and it's absolutely fascinating when it happens. Like sometimes it's like, whoa, I think we were meant to meet, even if it was just for a short amount of time, because you had some information to give me, and now I've got the information, and now we move on to other people that we're supposed to meet. It's absolutely wonderful when that happens. So that's our half hour already. Boy, has that ever been gobbled up super fast. Sorry, we didn't actually meditate tonight, but you know what? It's always perfect. Exactly what we need to do, we do on these calls. I'm going to do them every Sunday night at 8 o'clock, so it becomes a regular thing. Totally happy to be doing these for you guys. I think it's a blast, and I'm loving them every week. I'm loving them more and more. So I'm absolutely thrilled to be getting them. And I did ask for Mother's Day for a new improved webcam. So I'm really hoping for a better picture and sound experience for all of us, because I'm an audiophile and it kind of is driving me crazy that the audio sounds a little muddy and the picture's not all that clear, but my laptop's getting old. But I heard that, $35 webcam and I'll be like looking better. So I'm pretty happy about that. Other things coming up, I have private energy healing sessions. This week's pretty busy already, but next week I have availability. So if any of you guys are looking for a private session, I'm based out of Cambridge, Ontario, and I work at a couple of different clinics, and then I have a really great space here in my house that I see clients. I have a meditation group. The next date is May 17th. If you can come for that, it's on Facebook. And if you could just RSVP for that invite so I can keep track of numbers. And then I'm also pulling together the idea of having an energy healing retreat up at my cottage. I've been playing around with an invitation, and I would really love to know if there's actually any interest in that, because there's lots of retreats that are floating around all the time. And I'm just curious if I had a meditation energy healing retreat, if anybody would like to come. I really think Vinegar Hill is pretty special. It'd be pretty casual. Thinking, river walk, forest bathing, outside meditation, campfire, lots of good food. I can't help myself. I do energy healing all the time for people, so there'd be a lot of energy healing going on. So think about it. If any of you guys are interested and you would like to do an energy healing retreat at my cottage, let me know and we can get one organized. I'm all about cheap and cheerful too, so it's not going to be something that is going to break the bank. I'm very mindful that there's a lot of great people that are interested in this kind of stuff, and I'm very cost conscious for everybody. So if you are interested, and I got one person saying that they're interested, so yay, maybe it'll be like retreat of 2. Anyway, if you are interested, I will post that on Facebook, on my Facebook page, and then we can get a sign up going and figure out a date. I'm thinking June. Because hopefully by June, the weather's nice. We just had more rain tonight and the temperature's really dropped. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Mother Nature knows what she's doing. There's a lot of cleansing going on. We just have to be patient. So thanks for tuning in with me tonight, guys, and have a fabulous rest of your Sunday. Bye.